India's temple city Madurai. Around 160 kilometers from Madurai in the Tirunelveli district lies the Tenkasi municipality, which is a famous scenic destination where thousands of pilgrims visit every year here at the Kasi Viswanatha temple, known as the Kasi of the South. Just 6 kilometers from Tenkasi, in the foothills of the mountain range of the Western Ghats, the small village of Aikudi is considered not less than a sanctuary by hundreds.
When I was doing my fourth year engineering, I went for naval officer selection, Bangalore. On 10th January, the last day of the interview, while doing obstacles, a part of the interview, I fell down from a tree in a zigzag jump and sustained fracture dislocation of my cervical spine. I understood that I have to live with this wheelchair life.
Left quadriplegic for life, Mr. Ramakrishnan was shattered until he met retired Air Marshal Amarjit Singh Chahal, who steered him towards positivity, opening a different chapter of his life. With the vision of helping the disabled and underprivileged, he established Amar Seva Sangam in 1981 and dedicated himself towards social welfare. A decade later, when Mr. S. Shankara Raman, a chartered accountant and a wheelchair user affected by muscular dystrophy, joined him, his efforts got wings to fly. Since then, Mr. Raman has been expanding the reach of Amar Seva Sangam to the doorsteps of needy people in society.
We had a vision of creating a township for the disabled with all facilities under one roof. This we thought would be a model township.
The initial focus of the organization was children with disabilities and youths only, offering education, rehabilitation, and awareness creation among the parents, which proved to be effective.
There was a lot of misconceptions about the disability, about the children with such problems, how they will be able to handle. And many even thought that these kids would cause nuisance to other children and the social taboos. So there was a lot of denial of education of the children.
The major initiative of the organization was creating a barrier-free environment through starting a regular inclusive school inside the campus where special children are educated together with normal children.
My own experience in childhood was also an important factor in developing this program. So we wanted to start a regular school in which we wanted to include the special children, the differently able children also.
Differently able children and special children are studying together with the normal children. That is our concept. They are having ramps and specially made restrooms are also here. I am proud to say that our differently able children are getting overall championship in the state level sports for differently able.
என் பேர் பூவம்மாள். நான் சங்கத்துக்கு வந்து 2000 வந்தேன். அப்புறம் இங்கே வரும்போது என்னால் நடக்க முடியாது. இங்கே வந்து சர்ஜரி பண்ணி தெரப்பி ஃபிசியோதெரபிஸ்ட் எல்லாம் பண்ணி கேலிப்பர் போட்டு நல்லா நடந்துகிட்டு இருக்கேன். இப்போ எந்த உபகரணமும் யூஸ் பண்ணல, நான் நல்லா நார்மலாக நடக்கிறேன். அப்போது சங்கத்தில் வந்து எல்கேஜிலேருந்து 12th வரைக்கும் படிக்க வச்சாங்க. இப்போ டிப்ளமோ இன் ஏர்லி சைல்ட்ஹுட் எஜுகேஷன் படிக்க வச்சு இப்போ ஸ்பெஷலைஸ்டாக ஒர்க் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன் நான். அப்புறம் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸில் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கிறதுனால வீல் சேர் பாஸ்கெட் பால் விளாண்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன். நேஷ்னல் லெவல் இன்டர்நேஷனல் லெவல் நல்லா செலக்ட் ஆகி இப்போ நல்லா விளாண்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
This inclusive educational model had not only amazed the society, but remarkable progress has been observed. Many children educated in the school have won numerous awards, accolades, and settled in well-paid jobs and profession. Encouraged by the success of integrated school, Amar Seva Sangam realized the apparent need of the Sangamam school for children with special needs, children coming with cerebral palsy, mental retardation or with other kind of locomotor disabilities. Gradually, Amar Seva Sangam expanded brick by brick, building other facilities like multifaceted rehabilitation for the disabled, hostel for physically challenged girls, additional classrooms, library, modern quarters for the volunteers and others, with the donations received from several well-wishers like Handicare International Canada, Government of Japan and others. Inside Amar Seva Sangam's elegant entrance, there is a whole new world, with plenty of clean air to breathe, good spring water to drink, lots of homegrown vegetables to eat, and a beautiful flower garden to inspire. Not to mention the loving care the children receive. It is no wonder that the disabled children who come in as emaciated, neglected, and spiritless individuals are totally transformed in a matter of months to happy, playful, spirited children who are so self-confident that they are now walking, studying in a school, and being taken care of medically and emotionally.
There is a huge human resource available in this country in the form of people with differently abled, as they called, but capable and have the ability to contribute to the society.
With this notion, the organization started focusing on skill development and vocational training among the differently abled people of the communities to make them socially as well as economically independent. With support of corporates and IT companies like IDBI, ICICI, Microsoft, Infosys, Cognizant, and of other sponsors, diverse vocational and skill training units like bookbinding, typewriting, cell phone repairing, tailoring, etc., along with advanced IT training, different distant education programs, and diploma courses were introduced within the campus at free of cost.
The main objective of this training and development section is to give the skill development as well as the opportunity for enriching their knowledge. It's not the end of the life. They should also face the future, bright future.
Amar Seva Sangam has trained over 700 youth with disabilities who have undergone higher education or vocational training at the campus and have become self-dependent. Life couldn't have been better for young Ayyappa Raj hadn't he gone to Amar Seva Sangam campus for therapies in his childhood, where he also received his education and vocational training.
I have studied at Amar Seva Sangam from 1 to 12 years. I stayed at Amar Seva Sangam in the campus hostel, and I got also therapy. Now I am graduated. Now I have own computer center and I am happy and independent.
There was a growing concern of lack of aids and appliances like wheelchairs, calipers and crutches for the people with disabilities. Therefore, Amar Seva Sangam started an orthotic center to manufacture these appliances and repair them, all at free of cost. Considering the long geographical stretch of the area and with more than 15,000 physically challenged, Amar Seva Sangam decided to extend services beyond the campus and started village-based rehabilitation initiatives to expand the reach.
So we had to engage more social workers and slowly develop a program in the community itself, so that the community takes over the responsibilities and challenges, and that's how the concept of self-help groups came about, and various community related rehabilitation programs that we started and initiated, that we call it as a village-based rehabilitation initiative.
The various activities under their village-based initiatives are helping parents to modify their houses, especially washrooms and toilets, getting linkages with the local educational institutions and colleges, government hospitals, public health centers, Anganwadi centers, etc., doorstep rehabilitation, sensitizing the community families and differently abled persons, livelihood and skill development assistance to make them economically viable, government schemes implementation, promoting advocacy work and campaigning for the protection of rights and equal opportunities for the differently abled, aids and appliances assistance, and many others. The self-help groups are fundamental organizations for the differently abled people by the differently abled people of all age groups in the communities. Amar Seva Sangam works together with these self-help groups to develop a model whereby they own the responsibilities of rehabilitation, economic development, caregiving, and implement various initiatives of the organization. It also promotes grassroots level parents associations as day centers where parents take the responsibilities of rehabilitation services like age-appropriate trainings including early intervention, functional academics, self-care and mobility training and vocational trainings, etc. While providing rehabilitation services across various age groups, Amar Seva Sangam noticed that the children seeking rehabilitation are above 6 or 7 years of age, whereas a child gets affected with delayed developments at birth, and early identification and intervention can increase his full rehabilitation chances. This concept of early intervention, being new in India, needed to be implemented, and here the organization's contribution is undoubtedly commendable. In 2012-13, it started one early intervention center, a small unit inside the campus sponsored by Handicare International, providing special education, physiotherapy and other aspects to children below 6 years free of cost. Given the success of this initiative, it developed into a community program within a year. A cadre of trained grassroots level workers were involved in the process to facilitate doorstep rehabilitation and intervention. This was a vital step where technology played the major backbone of the model. This model is known as the Mobile Village-Based Rehabilitation Initiative, where everything is operated through mobile and controlled by the cloud server. The treatment becomes customized for each child at home, and parents get trained from the community workers about the therapies needs to be done at their convenient time.
Amar Seva has been rapidly using technology to its various campus-based as well as village-based programs. The entire organization support services from finance to all the other infrastructure are already in an ERP, which is a web-based, cloud-based platform. We already have implemented MEBRI for the village early intervention program.
Another major milestone achieved by the organization was to start treating the spinal injured people with an intensive regimen of therapy programs delivered by professionally trained and dedicated staff, including free surgical interventions, psychological counseling, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and vocational training. The treatment process brought miraculous changes in the lives of the patients admitted, and in no time, the infrastructure was not sufficient enough to accommodate more people.
Spinal injury people, they have been living a very good life, and suddenly because of accident or some other case, mostly because of accidents, the spinal gets injured and they lose all their functional capabilities of their legs or of their hands or both, and so they become dependent. So all that they require is a good training on their bowel and bladder management, reskilling them about their daily way of life, including how they eat, how they dress, and so on. And also we need to help them to get oriented to assisted walking or to be in a wheelchair.
At the time, in the second year of my Vedic studies, I met with an accident. It's a road traffic accident. So that entirely changed my life because I got a sustained cervical spinal cord injury. So afterwards I become bedridden for a couple of years because the central nervous system broken, and I became quadriplegic. It's a total paralysis below my neck. The continuous treatment, the day-to-day treatment with especially in physiotherapy, occupational and other kind of medications with other facilities, and also with that aids and appliances and with this barrier-free environment, I got a very good opportunity to empower myself. It's not just like a medical rehabilitation, it's a life change.
Amar Seva Sangam provides amazing care for people who have had spinal cord injuries here in India. They have all kinds of different equipment and treatments available, such as body weight supported treadmill. We do a lot of balance training, gait training for those who are able to. We do a lot of wheelchair skills, as well as any sort of functional goals that the patient has. We work towards those, so any sort of strength, range of motion, balance, anything that they're wanting to do and we can do within their level of injury, we do whatever we can to provide it for them.
Amar Seva Sangam has developed the campus with sustainable initiatives like green environment, efficient water management and self-sustained energy programs. The campus has more than 1200 trees, vegetable gardens, orchids and green energy with LED lightings, solar heating, solar water pumping and solar lighting. The campus also has biogas energy using kitchen and human waste, thereby meeting the fuel needs of the kitchen inside the campus. Amar Seva Sangam will continue to develop further programs for conservation of water, energy and promote social forestry. The campus is plastic-free with cleanliness drive regularly inside the campus and the continuous advocacy programs to staff to meet sustainability standards.
This green energy initiative which we have undertaken is going to result in implementation of various power saving programs such as power production throughout the campus, which is going to be not only useful to Amar Seva Sangam and it is going to be fed to the national grid. And this will result, I'm sure, in a very clean environment to the residents, to the children and also to the community at large.
A baby step, once taken from a small thatched hut with merely a few children, is now spread over 30 acres. Amar Seva Sangam has become a paradise because of two men, Mr. S. Ramakrishnan and Mr. S. Shankara Raman. Their super ability has injected hope and confidence among thousands.
More importantly, we want to be there in our country's development and growth in all areas, all states and in all communities, so that the experience we have got is available to everyone of this nation.
We have full faith in God. God has been guiding us in the right path all the time.
The sun has come out, this is the day. Darkest of clouds won't stand in your way. Stronger again, brighter than gold. Do what you must and dazzle the world. Challenges may arise, don't fear or hide. We'll ride on your side all the way.